I say hi, you say hi, we stay high, you look so pretty, yeah. I'm sweat from head to toe, I'm wet through all my clothes. I'm fully charged, nipples are hot, ready to go. I'm sweat from head to toe, I'm wet through all my clothes. I'm fully charged, nipples are hot, ready to go. No, I don't have a type. Take a hit, come on over tonight. Take a hit, you can follow my bloodstream wild. No, I don't have a type. Leave that now, peeking on top. So what now? I'm high as fuck. Don't look down, mama, you can relax. I know how to dial it back, not this time. I say hi, you say hi, we stay high, you look so pretty, yeah. I'm sweat from head to toe, I'm wet through all my clothes. I'm fully charged, nipples are hot, ready to go. I'm sweat from head to toe, I'm wet through all my clothes. I'm fully charged, nipples are hot, ready to go. No, I don't have a type. Take a hit, come on over tonight. Take a hit, you can follow my bloodstream wild. No, I don't have a type. Leave that now, peeking on top. So what now? I'm high as fuck. Don't look down, mama, you can relax. I know how to dial it back, not this time. I say hi, you say hi, we stay high, you look so pretty, yeah. I'm sweat from head to toe, I'm wet through all my clothes. I'm fully charged, nipples are hot, ready to go. I'm sweat from head to toe, I'm wet through all my clothes. I'm fully charged, nipples are hot, ready to go. You think I'm drunk now, but I'm not. You're so pretty, come roll with me. About to get down, I'm high as fuck. I'm no chemist, for fun. Bodies, let's use them up till every little piece is gone. Let's go on and on and on. Let's go on and on. Let's go. Oh, now if we're talking body, you got a perfect one, so put it on me. Swear it won't take you long if you love me right. We fuck for life, on and on and on. Ooh, now if we're talking body. I'm feeling fine, 'cause in time I'll be out tonight. I'm starting now, making sure I look fine tonight. Call Renee, I know I don't need them soon. Tell T to call Sean, I'll be there right along when we show up. All the guys at the club wanna get up. We look good like I'm feeling high 'cause I'm out of control tonight. Feeling hot, wanna stop. He's got me moving, DJ grooving, I feel way right. Grooving, wanna stop. I'm getting free from behind. I don't even mind, 'cause he's looking damn fine. I'm making mine in time. Gotta take him home. When I get him all alone, I'll make him scream and moan. He won't wanna stop. Let me see this baby up all night till the early light. We can be deep and we can get me see this baby up all night till the early light. I'm feeling
Right, we gonna play that. I'm gonna have to play this. And that says what? I take all the money, Mike. The money, Mike. Wait.
Yo, man, what? She came. Where? There. Oh!
In a word or two, shoot, I wanna do. No, not your body, your mind, you fool. Come here, baby.
It's Saturday night.
Sexy motherfucker.
We're all alone in the villa on the Riviera. Got some friends on the south side in case you cared. Out of all of your friends, I wanna be the closest. That's why I tell you things so you'll be the mostest when it comes to life. To be this man's wife, you got to be well educated on the subject of fights. I mean the prevention of.
Ria's gonna be joining me in a bit.
Are you up on this? If so, then you can get up off a hug and a kiss. Come here, baby. Yeah.
You sexy motherfucker.
Come here, baby. Yeah.
You sexy motherfucker.
We need to talk about things. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you eat. I might cook for you. See, it really don't matter, cause it's all about me. about sex. It's all about love, being in charge of this life and the next. While all the cosmic talk, I just want you smarter than I'll ever be when we take that walk. Come here, baby. Yeah.
You sexy motherfucker.
You are the flame in my heart. You light my way in the dark. You are the ultimate star. You pick me up from above. Your unconditional love takes me to paradise. I belong to you, and you belong to me too. You make my life complete. You make me feel so sweet. You make me feel so divine. You're so like mine, but entwined. Before you, I was blind. But since I opened my eyes, and with you it's like the skies.
I'm in control. I like crashing waves, but I wanna see them at first light after a long night. And see the sky take shape, but I wanna see the stars burn after I had my turn. And ooh, you're working so hard. You played your card, so what's the payoff? And ooh, big to kiss cheap. You gotta go deeper than deep to get me off. If you're picking up my call, come and do your worst. You know that I'm in control. I'm in control. Don't you know I want it all? Put your hands against the wall. I'm in control. I'm in control. I'm in control.
She a tell me she in control of me love. Y'all get wet up when me turn her up. Boy, now she go start wind up. Love how she smile when the worm crawl up. Baby, you're full of action like Twilight. You're not dead like nigh, girl. Bubble like champagne or Sprite, girl. All night me I give you love.
And ooh, you're working so hard. You played your card, so what's the payoff? And ooh, big to kiss cheap. You gotta go deeper than deep to get me off. If you're picking up my call, come and do your worst. You know that I'm in control. I'm in control. Don't you know I heads or tails. I say no way, try again another day. I should be happy, not tipping the scales. I just won't play, letting my life get away. I'm no fool, no, I'm not a follower. I don't take things as they come if they bring me down. Life can be cruel if you're a dreamer. I just wanna have some fun. Don't tell me what could be done. You know you like it, but it drives you insane. You know you like it, but it drives you insane. You know you like it, but you're scared of the shame. What you want, what you gonna
mercy. I know I done you wrong. I wanna come back home, darling. I wanna come back home where I belong. Please have mercy. Lied and I cheated you. Oh, please have mercy. I lied and I cheated you. Oh, I know I did you wrong. You don't want to let me come back home to you. Come back home. All right, let's work now, little boys.
everything, oh everything, everything's gonna be alright. Well, in the morning, when I was a little girl, only 12 years old, couldn't do nothing to save my doggone soul. My mama told me the day I was grown, she said, sing the blues, child, we'll sing it from now on. I'm a woman, oh yeah, I'm a woman, I'm a ball of fire. I'm a woman, I can make love to a crocodile. I'm a woman, yeah, I can sing the blues. I'm a woman, I can change old to new. Spells W-O-M-A-N. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I'm a woman, I'm a rushing wind. I'm a woman, I can cut stone with a pen. I'm a woman, well, I know my stuff. I'm a woman.
I left my hometown, baby. There be big things going down. I left my hometown, baby. There be big things going down. Now in this late afternoon, it ain't none too soon. I hit that big city, baby. The streets be paved with gold. I hit the big city, baby. The streets, yeah, made of gold. I'm standing on my own. Them streets be dirty and cold. City, I should have stayed at home. Here I am in the city, I'm standing alone.
Rockin' Rio. Or that man, Dan Patlansky. seriously, can you imagine if you were just somewhere one night and you just fucking happened into this bar? You know, you sat down, sitting there, looking around, order yourself something. Dude comes on stage. I mean, this song is 9 minutes and 46 seconds long. And I'm going to say right now, imagine if you were like, imagine if you were the headlining act somewhere. And this dude was, you know, just getting his band going or whatever.
You'd actually be amazed at how many people like that there are out there.
I know.
There are so many great musicians
that you never heard of, like
that you never heard of, you never get to see, because they don't fit into the commercial guidelines. You know, the formula that's dictated by the industry. But it's those, you know, one of the best places I ever went and saw things like that. Was in Chicago. There's a place called the Kingston Mines. It's kind of legendary in the blues circuit, man. And it's you go in there and it's just like there's like 3 or 4 stages in different corners of the building, and there's like 4 shows going on at the same time, right? And every one of them is killer. Everyone is killer. Like there's nothing that sucks in that place. Like even to like you got to be really something to get into that place to play, you know. And it's like all night. It's an all night long, man. There's like multiple shows all night long, and it's all people you don't know, and they're great.
See, so when I hear you saying this, telling me this, I'm thinking like, I'm thinking that the present times that we're living in. The stuff that you're telling me is like stories of really cool shit that happened long ago in a time, you know, when things were okay.
Well, I guess it kind of was long ago. Right. Now that, you know, looking back on it, I don't think I've been to the mine since like I don't know, 2005, 2006.
I'm just saying. I mean, everybody used to be out partying and going to bars and seeing bands, and you know. It was a big thing, you know. Like
honestly, I don't even know if it's still there, but I mean, I imagine it's still there. It was, you know, it's like one of those places that's just been there forever, would never shut down, kind of thing.
Yeah, who the hell knows? I don't know, but so we got to do this Saturday night show coming up on this freeworld.fm soon. So. You know, and as I was listening to Dan Patlansky there, I was thinking, you know, we should fashion our Saturday night show around a blues cafe theme and just kick back with some blues on a, you know, Saturday night, no matter what we're talking about, whatever it is.
Yeah. You know, why not, right? I mean, Saturdays are always chill, man.
Yeah, it's like Rio's place, man. You can bust out some of that shit you got stashed. That unheard materials.
Yeah, I got to fire up the old computer for something like that, man.
Better fire it up and get all that information off of it before your computer dies away.
Well, you know, that old computer is a dual processor Pentium 3.
Windows 98?
No, it runs XP. But you think about that, right? It's a Pentium 3, man. And it was the fastest Pentium 3 of the time. It had 4 gigabytes of RAM, like maxed out. You know, UDMA 100 hard drives. Like, you think about what like SSDs are now, and they're like thousands of times faster. But you know what? I fire it up once in a while to play some old games and stuff. Still runs, man. Still runs good. Still runs flawlessly. I mean, I generally don't connect it to the internet just because the operating system's so old. But you know.
Well, I mean, some of these old, I mean, you know, because I live in the Silicon Valley, You know, if you look on Craigslist, you can find Macs all over the place, dirt cheap. You know, and you see some of these old. Remember the old Macs, those little boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people just were throwing that shit away back in the day. Now it's worth money. Certain ones. I mean, certain.
Well, I mean, I remember going to garage sales and buying Atari cartridges for $1 a piece.
Apple.
You know?
Apple will buy old shit from you too. Did you know that? My mom was telling me she.
You want to know actually something really cool that I have?
What's that?
I have an Apple IIe in the original box.
See that? See now.
Like an unused. I mean, it's been used slightly, but a pretty much unused computer in the original box with the joystick, the mouse, the drive that goes with it. You know, the big 5.25-inch floppy.
Nice. Yours. I mean,
You know, like it's legit, dude. I got an
you should
Apple
put
IIe,
all your
like,
shit on 5 and. You should put all your info on those discs, man. Like all your accounts and shit. Be like the government.
Yeah,
Nobody
all my
can.
stuff on
Nobody
the old Apple.
Yeah, nobody knows how to deal with discs anymore. You know what, dude?
I actually have like, because I was around when all that was like a big deal. I have like a drawer full. I mean, I guess if you were to stack them up, it's probably about a 3 or 4 foot stack of 5.25-inch floppies, all from my Commodore 64, man. So I had tons and tons of games and everything you could imagine for that computer. I have like, it's literally like a drawer full of floppies. They're all stacked up, like side by side.
All right, hang on a second. So I wanted to let everybody know about this Greg Reese report that's being promoted around, and it's in relation to the Maui situation.
Yeah.
So did you have a chance to? I'm trying to dig it out over here.
Yeah. I looked at that as well, and when that situation first came out and was ongoing, we had said the same thing. Right down to what type it was.
I know.
I told you it was near infrared, man.
I know. And the thing is, look, so the very first show we did about it got fucking deleted because it was the show that got us struck out.
Yep.
So that's why our original ideas about what happened aren't up there with a date on it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then when Epic came back, we didn't stress that anymore because, he lives there and shit, man. Fucking shit's going on over there. It's an island,
Yeah.
You can't just sit there running your mouth, and disappear into the crowd,
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
only so many
Yeah.
people over there, so we didn't want to press any of that shit around Epic, man. Look, there's other stuff to talk about. We said it all on the first night.
Yep. Called it.
Let me dig this tweet thing. I can't see where it is. Hold on. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah.
DJ Beto says he's got a Commodore Amiga. I actually do too. I have an Amiga 2000.
So I will put the link to this tweet in the chat. Hold on a second. I got to get the sound and everything together, and I'm going to put it on the screen. All right, but here's the link to it.
Vampire Unit says he threw his G4 in the river.
You know what I want to get a hold of?
Why would you do that, man?
You know what I got? What I got one time was I was cruising when I was living on my boat down in Moss Landing. I was leaving the harbor one day and I looked over and there was an old Apple computer sitting there at the trash. Like somebody was throwing it away or whatever, It's just laying there next to the
Yep.
trash can. So I went over and I looked at it, man. There was nothing wrong with it except the case was a little bit dented, but it was one of those old, like tower.
Oh, I have a couple, dude. I also have I have a G4 laptop,
But
like
that
PowerBook
tower,
G4, the old white plastic one.
that tower.
I have a
though.
9600 tower, man.
Yeah, so that's the one that's like all
Power PC.
aluminum and has the side that comes off.
No, this is like when apples were still beige plastic, man.
No, the ones I'm talking about, they're aluminum and they stand up like. Remember those old desktops? They used to be this giant ass shit that you'd put under your desk.
Oh, like a G, like a was it the G5?
I forget what it's
the original
called.
cheese grater one, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
that's a cool case, man. I
It
always wanted to
is.
get one of those cases, even just to use as like a PC
the
build.
thing is the thing is built to hold a shitload of hard drives, man. I mean, you open it up and there's absolutely nothing in there.
Oh yeah, you could easily stuff like 6 or 8 drives in there.
And the other thing is that at the same time that was around, there was this. They had these Harman Kardon fucking sound systems with these clear, like there was a clear.
The clear round speakers, right?
Yeah.
They look like little orbs. They were so cool.
That thing, and it had like a subwoofer too.
Yep.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. That shit,
I don't have one of those though.
Man, that stuff sounds really good too. That sound system was good. And I don't know, man. People threw that shit away. Sold it for like $10.
Well, it's part of the society we're in now too. Is everything's disposable, right? When I had my iPhone 3G a few years back, it started getting a little flaky. The battery's going. I had to keep it plugged in constantly, this, that, and the other thing. And every so often it would freak out because of the battery situation. And I would lose like, a week's worth of pictures. So my boss kept like pushing me. So I bought the 6S, right? I bought it when after the 7s came out, I bought the 6S. So I paid like $400 for it. Like it was brand new. So I'm still using that same 6S, right? And when I got it, he was like, "Oh yeah, you finally upgraded to a real phone and this, that, and the other thing, Great, glad to see you're on board with current technology and this and that." So now that the 6S is, I don't know, however many old it is now, 5 or 6 years, it's like, "Oh, why are you using that old junky phone for?" Well, it's not an old junky phone. It works perfectly. It's still in absolutely mint condition. I've never had any problems with it. I did replace the battery in it once, but like, why do I need to have the latest and greatest? This does more than I need, and I can't see it's got a headphone jack, which is one of the reasons I bought the 6S instead of the 7, is because I wanted to keep the headphone jack. So, I have no need to upgrade. I don't really care about all the fancy new stuff on the new phone, and there's nothing wrong with the old one. It's like if it's in 100% working order and perfectly fine condition, why do you need to get rid of it just because there's something newer that's a little fancier? That's something I've never understood.
You sound like an old crotchety old man.
No, it's not. It works just as good as it did the day it was new.
I'm just fucking with you, man. I'm just fucking with you.
But people like, that was the thing to have. You had to have a 6 or a 7 at the time, right? That was the thing you had to have because it was the latest and greatest. And if you were running that old 3 or 4, you were way behind the times, man. You had to catch up. Well, what makes that phone any different today than it was 5 years ago, except that there's something that's fancier now.
Rio's turning into a crotchety old man.
I'm telling you.
All right, here we go, man. Listen. Here it is. Or here it is. I'm not this guy, and neither is Rio. Okay.
Uh-oh. What's this?
No, this is the dude that did the research.
Oh, the dude. Yes, the dude that did the research. And well, let's go into it because I have a lot to say on that too.
All right, well, ready here. So here we go. You ready? Here we go.
Steve Favis is an expert in computer science and advanced robotics. He has been researching the Maui fires and has compiled evidence that the technology exists to have started these fires from a satellite in Earth orbit. He has also confirmed that the CCP had satellites capable of doing so above Maui at the time of the fires. His work has been published on his website, stevefavis.com, and includes everything you need to recreate these findings. The most efficient way to ignite a fire on the surface from a satellite in Earth orbit would be to paint the target in segments by pulsing the laser with an advanced targeting system. To see if this were possible, Favis calculated what it would require to create a meter-wide, mile-long fire. Fired from a satellite, the Earth's atmosphere will absorb and scatter some of the laser energy, and so the laser would need to be in a wavelength range that minimizes this. The most effective wavelength would be in the near-infrared range, which would allow better transmission through the atmosphere. The near-infrared range would be invisible to the naked eye, and would also have a minimal reaction with objects colored blue on the Earth's surface. The power of the laser would need to be in the hundreds of kilowatts range, and so Favis based his calculations on a 10 megawatt laser firing from Earth orbit. Assuming that the atmospheric loss amounts to 50% of the overall power and only 5 megawatts reaches the surface as a 1 square meter beam, it would ignite a fire almost instantly. If this 5 megawatt beam was pulsed across a 1 meter by 1 mile long area in segments, then the time to ignite the entire area would be roughly 2.7 minutes, and it would only take approximately 8.8 seconds to melt an aluminum alloy wheel. The amount of energy required to pulse a 10 megawatt laser for 2.7 minutes would require approximately 3,220 capacitors, which would amount to about 32,200 kilograms in weight. Using MetLab software and plugging in public data provided from NORAD, he found that satellites launched and monitored by the CCP were directly above the Maui fires at the time of ignition. The CCP's most powerful rocket, the March 5, can launch up to 48,500 kilograms of payload, which is more than enough to carry the required payload in Favis's calculations. But Favis has found that the CCP has much more powerful lasers deployed already. He has calculated that the CCP has up to 70 gigawatt lasers in Earth orbit right now. That's at least 100 times more powerful than what he factored into these calculations. Adjusting NORAD's default Coordinated Universal Time, or UTC, to the local time zones, Favis found the following. The Olinda fire was ignited at approximately 10:47 p.m. on August 7th. At this exact time, CCP satellite labeled NORAD 53299 was directly over the location. The Lahaina fire was ignited at approximately 6:37 a.m. on August 8th. At this exact time, CCP satellite labeled NORAD 55836 was directly over the location. The Kula fire was ignited at approximately 11:30 a.m. on August 8th. At this exact time, CCP satellite labeled NORAD 53299 was directly over the location. The so-called deep state does not want you to know that deadly lasers of mass destruction are freely traveling above us. And you can check this all for yourself at stevefavis.com, where he provides the source code and has developed a specific software program that you can download and check for these satellites yourself. Reporting for InfoWars, this is Greg Reese.
Rat protiv poljoprivrednika je započeo u Nizozemskoj.
It's the Saturday night edition of me and Rio kicking back. This is what we.
I'm surprised you played that. I thought that would get us banned worldwide.
It probably will, but at least in the moment, and we're going out over. No, I still haven't gotten. I haven't even gotten a hit with a warning on that. Yeah, and we made it through. Maybe I got out quick enough. It was a fast strike. Almost invisible. I was invisible to the naked eye, man. The electric eye.
Yeah, you know, the whole situation, man, is obviously there's a little too much coincidence there, right? Like three of those satellites and George's right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it earlier after you sent me that video. Is like nobody's bringing up the whole Canada situation, man. There were 11 fires in Canada that started within minutes of each other. 11,
man.
Not 3 like in Maui or in Hawaii, but 11 wildfires within minutes. And there's satellite evidence to prove that. Like all the smoke plumes start right at the same time. So how many? I really wish this guy would like scope that one out, right? Could you imagine if there were, exactly the same kinds of satellites exactly over those spots at the same time? 3 is, 3. Well, you could just kind of say, well, it just happened to be that way. But 11, there's no way, right?
Dude, with facial recognition and GPS. And people walking around with their phones, you just be walking around and they could just vaporize your ass in the thin
they've
air.
Had that technology for a long time, man. That a lot of people don't know, but they've used that.
Where the hell did Bill go? I don't know. I saw him out there.
They've used that as an assassination weapon, man.
That's what I mean.
That's been done.
I'm just saying, if that's possible, then all these dudes running up with guns trying to shoot world leaders is ridiculous. If they wanted to get rid of somebody, they just go.
Well, yeah, dudes running up with guns to shoot world leaders is, generally the crazed public that does not have access to high-tech weaponry.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
Like, seriously,
if they wanted somebody dead, okay?
Oh yeah,
they could just disappear them in thin air and go and then go like this. Now what, man?
It was spontaneous human combustion.
Now what?
Right?
What are you going to do now?
I mean, they
can't do shit. It's invisible.
They could pinpoint that thing at a certain frequency, man, and just fry your brain, and you would just drop dead.
That's what I mean. They don't even have to kill you. They could just fry you from every time it goes by your house, they can just hit you with some shit, and then eventually, 9 months down the road, you're stupid.
I wonder if that's what happened to Joe Biden. Maybe the Chinese Communist Party's getting to him.
Dude, we did the show on Dude, listen, we did the show on Neural Strike.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so imagine it's not like some dude in a room with a mini satellite dish pointed at your head. Imagine it's just triangulating your shit off GPS, your phone, and these satellites, and they just make you stupid. I'm just saying, man. I mean,
it's totally possible.
People better start wearing.
People don't realize, like, even your cell phone, the frequency it puts out. You talk on your phone with it up to your ear for a long time. You notice the side of your face gets warm because it's slowly cooking you. So now you take a beam.
There's going to be a fucking episode of Black Mirror.
All our wireless routers now have like localized beamforming technology. It's not even something complicated.
Me and you are having a casual conversation on a Saturday night.
I could hack your router to fry your brain if I really wanted to.
That's what I mean. Me and you are having a casual conversation on a Saturday night, and 3 weeks from now, there's going to be an episode on Black Mirror that fucking is exactly what we're talking about, and that guy's going to get paid like $20,000 because he wrote it. He listens. I
know he does.
I'm just fucking saying, man. We're saying what can happen just on the face of it. We're not even talking about anything specific. We're just saying on the face of it, if the video that we just watched and the compiling of that information and the potential for that to be a possibility. Well, then, if it's a possibility, then anybody could do it, right? So, I mean, that means that, when North Korea is up there launching satellites or whatever, so all of a sudden the launching of satellites should become something that's of a military concern.
Well,
and how do you tell if it's a commercial payload or a military payload?
You don't. And a lot of those satellites are combined. I mean, there's TV broadcast satellites up there that carry weapons too. So I mean, it's not an unusual thing. The other part of that really struck me is, there's been speculation about China wanting to go into Taiwan and take over, right? And by force. But they already have taken over Taiwan, and this is where it relates to Maui, right? We've heard the stories about the land grabs and the unscrupulous real estate agents who are looking, and even some celebrities looking to just buy up large chunks of Lahaina. We've talked about the port that they wanted to put there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The shipping transportation port. Now think about this. So this is what they did to Taiwan, and why China says they should just own Taiwan, because they do own Taiwan. So they went in there and just bought property, and they own something like 80% of the actual property in Taiwan. So now, if a Chinese investment firm or corporation, right? I mean, we've talked about BlackRock doing the same thing to the United States about buying up as much property as they can. Why couldn't a Chinese investment firm just now go into Maui and buy up all the land on the coast? And then they, once they own, 70% of the island, they say, well, it's just Chinese territory now, because we own it anyway.
That's what I mean. I never
think about,
understood
like, the consequences of that. Right?
I never understood that that idea that to let other people and other countries come in and buy a bunch of your land up. Does that make any kind of sense? It does. I mean, on the face of it, if they own the land, then it is their territory, right? Because, does anybody in China that owns land, I mean, they have relatives back in China, right?
Well,
so they got to do
at
whatever.
some level, right? If even you or I wanted to buy an Italian villa or a house in France or something, I don't see anything wrong with that, right? A limited amount of property for someone to have a residence on would be one thing. But we're talking about, multi-billion-dollar corporations that are directly affiliated with a government that's trying to take over the world. That's a whole different thing than saying, oh, the guy wants to have a Chinese guy wants to have a vacation home in Maui.
Hold on a second. My mom's sent me this thing about 3 weeks ago, and it was the 20 companies. Hold on. The 20 companies that are Chinese owned that you don't know it. And
I've
be
seen that
blown
list.
away, man. Hold on, man. You guys got to hear this shit.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Hold on. I just can't type because I can't see. Hold on.
Well, one that comes to mind instantly is because, and I've brought this up before, because I play Fortnite, is Epic Games. Epic Games is owned by Tencent, which is a Chinese company.
Here it is.
Right? So the biggest game on the planet right now is owned by China, essentially.
Here it is, man. American companies you didn't know. All right, you guys ready to hear some of these, man? All right, yeah. So, let me see. AMC, American Multi-Cinema.
Yep.
Chinese owned. General Motors. General Motors.
Really?
Spotify.
Spotify I knew was Chinese.
Snapchat
I knew.
Hilton Hotels.
That I didn't know. I thought that was owned by the Hilton family.
Isn't
that what made Goofy Paris, the celebrity she is.
General Electric appliance division. And then that's where it stops. But there's 20 of them like that. And the thing
I'm sure
is,
there's
man,
probably 100 of them like that.
I know. I don't think Levi's is made by Levi's anymore. I think,
Levi's is Chinese.
Yeah, I think they bought the right to put that patch on the back of their shitty fucking jeans.
Levi, I know Levi's is Chinese.
Now, man, I bought a pair of these Levi's, and then
Simon says that's BS, man. It's Spotify is Swedish.
Huh. Well, I don't know. Here, man, you wanna just make a comment on this article over there?
Sure.
No, I mean, let me give you the link so he can. So hold on a second. I just closed it a while ago. Now I got to roll back. Man, the things I do. I was just about to say something too. Now I'm sidetracked. You pricks. What am I looking for?
There was an article.
About what?
I don't know. You said you were going to send me something to comment on.
No. I was saying whoever said that it was Swedish owned. I was saying you can, that last article that we just read. But I closed the window now, and I'm too stoned to go back and find it. So we'll have to wait on that. We'll have to come back to that another time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, Apple is built in China, right? Samsung is a Chinese corporation.
I'm just saying. Well,
I mean, LG.
It doesn't make
LG
sense.
is technically Taiwan, but, it's still, I'm sure, mostly owned by the Chinese.
Man,
So, 90% of your electronics come out of China.
Sleep.
I mean,
Sleep.
Texas Instruments is still made in Texas.
Sleep.
Well, when was the last time you had a calculator watch?
I'm just saying, man, there could be covert shit being installed everywhere. It's just making us everybody go to sleep. Sleep. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People are tired, man. They take naps, People had to pull an all-dayer, when they got to go to work.
Yeah, Simon says LG is Korean and Samsung is Korean. Yes, they are Korean. But if you look at their investors, a large portion of their stockholders, like more than 50%, are Chinese. So, yeah, they're Korean corporations, but they're owned by China. That's kind of the point. Same thing with Taiwan. There's a lot of Taiwanese-based companies that are owned by China.
Isn't Korea like a tool of China?
Yeah, well, there's the whole North Korea, South Korea thing. Yeah,
I know, but I'm just saying, both North and South Korea. I mean, I'll be willing to bet you there's so much Chinese money in there. It's not even funny.
Absolutely.
And then you got the bastard son over there that they could utilize to rattle sabers and F with Japan because they hate Japan.
Well, why do you think that the U.S. government has spent so much money to bring TSMC manufacturing? And, billions of dollars are being invested for TSMC to have a manufacturing facility in the United States. Because TSMC is, one of the it is pretty much the largest chip manufacturing corporation in the world. And if something goes south with China, between China and Taiwan with TSMC, the whole Western world, North America, South America, Europe, India, everybody's screwed. So at least if there's a manufacturing facility on U.S. soil, it's a little safer than a manufacturing facility that's, a few miles off the coast of China. But there again,
there's no manufacturing facility that's safe as a result of the information we just saw.
Yeah, nothing's safe.
No.
Absolutely not.
It's fucking invisible, man. That's why wireless and frequency stuff is so unfathomable to people.
You can't see it.
It's fucking in the...
You may not feel it. You may feel it, but...
Your head feels kind of itchy. You know?
Yeah.
Did a show last night about something. Go outside, your head's feeling itchy. Man, my head's itchy.
Next thing you know, you're stroking out.
Or you're just stupid next week.
Yeah.
Come on the show and you're like, I don't know. Let's go get some taters. I'm telling you right now, this week I'm going to try to cut a fake commercial for a tiny home village. I'm going to sell tiny homes for $99.95. And come on down. Move in. It's going to be the first 15-minute city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Simon, yes, you're absolutely right. ASML makes the extreme ultraviolet lasers for TSMC and Intel and everybody else. And they are actually the ones in control of everything.
I'm going to call it Billy Bob's Tiny Home City. Hey, I wonder if riding horses is going to be allowable in the new future. Oh, no, that's right. Well, wait a minute. Do they have gas? I don't think horses fart, do they? I mean, they eat straw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, do they emit, like, 'cause, you know, they say, I guess cattle eat straw, too.
Yeah, cattle eat grass.
So,
everything farts, man. Dogs do it. Cats do it.
So then
mice do it.
So you won't be able to ride your horse in the 15-minute city. Then it'll be out of the question, unless you want to. Unless you have enough carbon credits saved up to make up for the extra, carbon that your horse would make. But then you'd have to have sweeping robots that would go through and pick up the horse shit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I'm surprised nobody's invented the doggy bag robot yet.
That's what I mean.
It's, you go walk the dog and the thing follows you and scoops it up for you.
But isn't it fucking ridiculous at this point? I mean, they already had ships that were wind powered. Okay? They already had horses. You know what I mean? It was like we're going back to that. They want to go back to where there is no modern technology, like you know. So I mean, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time for somebody starts talking about a sailboat, they develop new language around it, and make it seem like they just thought it up now. You know, we've got this new way to go across the oceans without any gasoline at all. You know, I mean, if you really wanted to talk about the future, man, that is something that you could really, really do. Like, you could literally, you could build a sailboat that was solar electric powered and fucking never have to come to port for gasoline or anything. You just float around for the rest of your life out on the ocean, fishing, eating some fish every day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like some of these catamarans and trimarans with the whole top end is fucking solar. You know what I mean? You don't even see the sail is almost irrelevant at the point that you got a solar trimaran floating around on the ocean. But you could have the sail, you know, if you wanted to have it still. I mean, I could go get a video right now. You want to watch it? You guys want to watch a video of a solar powered fucking trimaran? You want to watch one, Rio?
If you want, it don't matter.
Have you seen it before?
No. I don't take much interest in boats.
No. Well, I'm telling you right now, a boat is like your own island in the world. Did you know? You're like, when you're captain of your ship, you're like a king in your own kingdom. You know that?
Yeah, well, I live in my own private Idaho, so I am a rock. I am the island.
Hold on a second. It takes me a minute to type with one finger in the dark with my sunglasses on. coming down the home stretch. There we go. Let's see what comes up. Oh. All right. Let's check this bad boy out. See if this will be the ticket to our answer to the question. What? Hold on a second. Seriously though, when you made this investment, I mean, if it was an investment, because boats are considered vacation homes. You know what I mean? So you can invest in one, and then there's tax write-off incentives that go along with it. All right, hang on. Let me get this fucking thing up on the screen. All right, listen. I'm going to put this other screen up here. What the fuck? Hang on a second. I can't see, man. I got to get my other glasses. Hold on. Oh, there's some right there. Hold on. Bam! All right. That thing's gone. Now, let me get this one up here, and then I'll get my glasses. Hang on a second. All right. Here we go. Check this out here. This is what I'm talking about right here.
It's a little sideways on the video there.
It is sideways. You're looking down on it. You see it?
Oh, right now I see black. There it is. Yeah, there's a delay.
Yeah, there's a delay. They delay us, man. All right. Check this out, man. To me, if I was dreaming, if I wanted to imagine some shit out there in the world that I could just wish myself to have, this would be it right here. This type of idea. Here we go.
For thousands of years, mankind has harnessed the power of the wind to explore the oceans and seas.
But perhaps it's time to explore another natural resource.
This is a 55-foot solar-powered yacht.
But is it possible to power what is essentially a 4-bedroom house on 2 hulls using just the power of the sun?
This is the Fully Charged Show.
Fully Charged Live is coming to California this September 10th and 11th, powered by Electrify America. Get your tickets to the #1 EV and home energy show now.
To drive from A to B and to live on a boat, solar is definitely the best solution. It's the most powerful solution, the most efficient solution, the cheapest solution, and the solution with the longest lifespan.
Well, this is rather pleasant, isn't it? It was very nice of Silent Yachts to invite us out to Mallorca.
Yeah, and actually they have just sent us the coordinates. They're sending an e-tender, which is rather nice. Are you ready?
I will meet you out there.
How are you getting there?
Don't worry about it. I'll see you there.
All right. Now, Silent Yachts have developed the world's first commercially available solar-powered yacht. And we're even travelling there on this e-tender, affectionately known as the rubber duck, which has been charged by the solar panels. And I mean, this definitely isn't lost on us that this is a complete and utter treat. But look where we are. We're here in Mallorca, where the sun is absolutely blaring. And this seems like a completely no-brainer technology. Where the hell is Andy?
Damn.
Silent Yachts is a new company. A couple of years old. We started 2009 to produce boats, solar electric boats. And within a few years, we are now in the range of up to 120 feet. This is a Silent 55. We have a 60, 62, 64, 80, 82, 102 and 120.
We have been sailing boats with wind for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Why solar power?
Of course, with wind you can generate also electrical power, but this needs much more surface, big, huge wind generators. So a sail, in my opinion, I'm a sailor at heart, yeah, definitely. But with a sail, I cannot do what we are doing here. We have air conditioning running. We have everything running like in a very comfortable household. How with a sail? Yeah, will you wrap the energy into the sail? It doesn't work. So on sailboats, usually you run the generator when you're at anchor in a bay like here. And that's why at least on a boat, a solar panel is definitely superior to using the wind as a power source for energy.
I'm Aubrey. I went to St. Jude because I had a
On the driving deck, which is absolutely amazing because not least have we got a little bit of a breeze, but we can see this entire array of solar panels. But it's really difficult to imagine just how much energy these are creating. But what I'm told is that these can create up to 60 kilowatt hours per day. Now, imagine that you've got 300 sunny days like somewhere here in Mallorca. That's 18,000 kilowatt hours per year. Which, to put that in context, that's like running 3 average electric vehicles at 15,000 miles per year, or around 3 5-bedroom houses. So I was chatting to Captain Mike earlier, and he said that sometimes they create so much energy they can't actually store it. So what do you do with that excess? Well, sometimes they've been known to provide electricity for other boats at the harbour, but for today, I believe that Andy is going to find that exceptionally helpful.
The Silent Yacht doesn't just harness the power of the sun to charge the batteries to then drive the motor and drive the propellers, which drive the boat along. That battery is also supplying electricity to everything on board because everything's electrical. So we've got massive fridge freezers, we've got coffee machines, we've got the water tank which produces fresh water, does about I think 150 litres a minute. And everything is super efficient. In fact, we've even got a charge point here, 230 domestic volt supply to charge all our camera batteries that we're using today while filming on the yacht. And you can recharge that surplus energy you're creating to charge the little tender boat that Imogen used earlier, the DPV that I've used. And everything's designed to be super efficient to make best use of that electricity the sun is giving us.
We are consuming on a normal average day, like today, if we, for example, drive with the boat for 5-6 hours, if we run the air conditioning, and if we cook breakfast, lunch and dinner, we will consume 80-100 kilowatt hours per day. That means in liters. If this would be a conventionally powered boat, this would be, because the engines are not as efficient, so it's not the amount of fuel you put in, you get out in energy. Most of it is wasted, unfortunately. So this will be probably about 80 to 100 liters that we would use today on a conventionally powered boat for the same comfort, the same distance, the same amenities. On this boat, it will cost nothing. Even if we take some power from the batteries today, tomorrow morning it will be recharged for free, and latest at noontime the batteries will be full again.
What's great about the silent yacht is that they haven't just taken an old diesel boat and taken the engine out and stuck some solar panels.
So what do you think, man? I mean, it's the ultimate, because all you got to do is just go 17 miles out there and you're in international waters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that works until the sun goes away.
No, I'm just saying, you got your boat, you know, you just go out 17 miles and you're not subject to the laws of any, you know, you're on maritime law. You know what I mean? It's like I say, this thing's like a 4-bedroom house. Super nice, man. I don't know, man. See, you're turning into a crotchety old man, dude.
I don't know. Boats don't do nothing for me, man. I've never been into it.
No, you don't like the water?
Nah, not really.
Man, I've always been into the ocean. I've always been in the water, you know. So it goes cruising speed 6 to 8 knots. There you go.
And what is that in miles per hour?
I have no idea. I would imagine it's good. Otherwise, they wouldn't be touting it. You know, if it was a weak number, they'd be quiet about it. You know, they'd be hiding it.
Let's see. Maybe Siri knows. I'll ask Siri.
Man, what's up with these dudes with these belts? My name's Bob.
6.9 miles per hour.
All right, so it goes 7 miles per hour, 6 knots.
That's cruising speed.
7 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
So to get out into the international waters, it's going to take you 2.5 hours.
Yeah, but just 2.5 hours on your badass 4-bedroom catamaran.
Well, it's not exactly a high-speed escape if you need to get out there in a hurry.
No, but I'm sure there's methods of, you know, enhancing your ability to move. But I'm sure it will involve fossil fuel. But I don't see, to me, I'll tell you what, if I was I've thought about this before, because I got a boat specifically because I thought to myself, I had this thing where I was going to make these wind generators. So I figured a boat would be the best way to do that, you know, and best place to generate, you know, to develop a wind generator that you could use on a sailboat. You could use in your backyard type of thing, you know, but the best place to do that is where there's wind, right? Which is down on a boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, when I used to have that boat, I sat around and I thought about this whole idea of solar panels and so on. And my idea would be to use water to suck in water and pump it back out as a propulsion device. But as I'm sucking the water in, you know what I mean? And as I'm blowing it out, I'm spinning wheels that are designed inside the tubes that are fucking turning around and pumping electricity into my batteries.
Yeah, that's pretty much how regenerative braking works on cars with the electric battery system. Takes the energy from the movement. The only problem with it is it's always lossy. Like you'll never get, you know, eventually you'll run out of battery. It'll sustain it for a lot longer.
Think of how hardcore you could blast water out of the back of your boat to propel you across the ocean.
Yeah.
Seriously, I mean, think about these pumps, the kind of, you know, pumps, the amount of space the pump would take, but the amount of energy or batteries you'd need to generate that, you know. But I mean, at some point, wouldn't you say designing a boat with a keel type thing, you know, like a fin that goes down under it. And as you start moving, through the water, that keel is fucking generating electricity by all the water going past it. You know what I mean? Wouldn't the shit that's in the water as you're moving, in other words, there's no free energy, but why not suck up all the shit that's available to you as you're moving forward, or there's something where you could spin a wheel? Why wouldn't you spin that wheel? In other words, well, I'm looking at this trimaran right now. I mean, why wouldn't you put a wheel under the water? That was aquily correct. That something that wouldn't obstruct your ability to move through the water, but at the same time, it could spin and generate electricity. You know what I mean?
I actually saw a fairly interesting video about a similar concept for highways. They put these little spinners on the side of the highway, and the air pressure from the cars moving past it was enough to spin them around and generate, small amounts of electricity. And they were talking, if we set up, 10,000 of these things along the shoulder of a highway, there would actually be some significant electricity generation.
Man, I spent about a year when I was sick looking at this shit. Okay, this is like a long time ago. This is like 2006 and 2007 area. And I looked at a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, I was going to try to make money off of a lot of it, you know what I mean? And so I was looking into it, and I was going to do something with it. But as I looked into it, a lot of the shit that I looked into, I thought to myself, there's really no way to make money off of this. The only benefit to humanity would be to be able to teach people how to do it themselves, you know what I mean? Like aquaponics, for example.
Right.
You know what I mean? Rather than go, you know what I mean? You just teach people how to do it, and they could do it themselves or whatever. There's no need for a company to do it, because people could just do it themselves. But anyway, so I was looking at all these different ways to, generate stuff, like getting hot water by putting black hose material up on your roof and threading it back and forth and covering your whole roof with this black hose. And then you can just generate hot water there. Then there's another one where it was like you take a 4-inch PVC pipe and cut half of the pipe away. And then you take and you put a copper tube inside the pipe. Like you go down to the store and you just get yourself a copper plumbing pipe. You stick it inside the PVC pipe, and you got caps on either end. You drill a hole in the cap and put the fucking pipe in there. And then you cut away half the pipe. Now you got this pipe. Then you put this reflective, that window tinting material?
Yeah.
This shit looks like a mirror. You put that inside the pipe. And then you put this copper tube, pipe that you just buy down at Home Depot. You put that in there. And then you put hoses on either end of that, and then you just make a few of those fuckers, and you put them on your roof. That shit, it comes out hotter than you can even imagine. I'm telling you right now. And you pump it through there, man. You pump the water through these tubes. As far as storage goes, I don't know. I mean, there's a million things like this shit, man. And anyways, we were talking about the wind thing, and you brought up these next to the freeway thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to tell you that, when I was doing all this research on wind-generated power, coming up with these different ideas, the main thing that I definitely found was that, the double helix DNA strand-looking propeller was the best idea. In other words, it just spins around and around and around, and it doesn't care what direction the wind's coming from. You know what I mean? So it doesn't hurt birds and this and that. So it's the best design for propeller. So from that point forward, once you know that, you can put a high-powered alternator on the bottom of that. You know what I mean? And then it just spins around, and you just connect that to a battery bank or whatever. So, but the biggest generator of this type of electricity was this guy who had he made this, it was like the size of a billboard. Like he just took a billboard somewhere and he stripped away all the wood, Now he just had this frame. He built a frame and he put like thousands of these little tiny fucking propellers on there. Like a normal airplane propeller. Put thousands of them on there. And that thing generated a shitload of fucking energy. Way more energy than just this one big propeller that sits up there and goes woof, 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 because it just barely takes any breeze at all, and all the time there's just a few of them are blowing by themselves. You know what I mean? They're always moving though. It never stops moving. This is like the ocean. They could do that shit. They could hang these things out in the ocean. There's these things that bob back and forth.
Yeah, they actually have them. They're like little bobbing. No, they're buoys.
Yeah,
and they're baba buoys. and they generate electricity from the the motion of riding the wave up and down. It's like remember those flashlights where you just grab them and shake them to charge them? It's kind of the same idea, except it's on the buoy.
What happened to Polly, man? Did Polly's show go 3 hours?
Yeah, Polly's show in 3 hours. I think he started. I told him to start early. So.
Oh, he did? Okay, good.
Yeah, he's got 3 hours tomorrow too.
Yeah.
So tune in for Pollination at 11 a.m. now. 11 a.m. Pacific, I believe.
Well, that's about it, man, for me. What about you? You got anything? That was let me just say, you guys should share that show from last night. It was a pretty good show.
Yeah, it was pretty deep, man. And there was actually like even more stuff that I had to say about all that I didn't just never got to. Like the whole thing with the fires and the earthquakes and the flooding and the weather, right? Talking about birth pains and that kind of stuff. Like, there's so many places you could take that whole scenario. But, I encourage people to go dig and find their own information on it too.
Well, we don't have to get out of here, man. I'm not in a hurry. It's only 7:45. Hang on a second. I just remembered. I'll tell you guys about a fucking really... Hang on a second. This dude just came into my mind because I used to go to this guy's fucking website all the time. His YouTube channel. So the name of the YouTube channel is Green Power Science. All right? Hang on a second. This guy, I'm telling you right now, this fucking guy is great. Okay, hold on a second. I'll play one of the videos from over here. Just go here. Hang on a second. I'll give you.
Dub asked, "Do the Polly shows get archived anywhere?" Yes, I on our server I do have all of Polly's shows. Actually, Polly, since you're there, at some point, maybe tomorrow, call me on Skype. And we'll discuss how to get you to shows and that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know if he archives them himself, but I do have a copy of them.
Do you want to see the Fresnel Lens Solar Power Foundry? Or do you want to see 1 minute grilled cheese solar cooking with a parabolic lens? His wife has big titties. But she's super crafty, she's good with her tools and stuff, but his wife has big titties, so if you want to see the big titties, then vote for the 1 minute grilled cheese. But other than that, I was going to watch the Fresnel Lens solar powered foundry. Go ahead, Rio. It's your call.
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
You don't want to be on the spot?
Yeah,
all right, I'm gonna just go ahead. We're gonna watch the grilled cheese. Hang on a second. Well, let me make sure it's still on the screen. Yeah.
Vincent, what are the choices again? Grilled cheese or chicken?
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese.
Hello, I'm your host Denise Rojas, and today I'm going to be making you a grilled cheese sandwich using the power of the sun, and I'm going to be showing you this homemade grill that Dan made for me today.
So Dan made her a homemade Fresnel lens grill. So the thing is about these Fresnel lenses, if you're interested in this idea about the Fresnel lens, you can go down, you know those old fucking TVs? You know those
the old projection TVs.
Yeah. You can go down somewhere and find one of those, and you can get it out of there. This dude,
you can also buy a pretty good one over at your local Micro Center. It's
really?
They have this one. Yeah, they have this one that's I don't know. I'd say probably like 10 by 12, but like you can start a fire with it very quickly.
Oh, dude, no shit.
Yeah,
It's
like $20.
Not only can you start a fire with it, but you can also make a grilled cheese.
I got my bread. Yikes! I preheated the pan, but that is really hot. So I need mittens or even a towel would work great. That has gotten extremely hot just from sitting. But I'm gonna just do a very simple grilled cheese sandwich. I got my butter. Okay, I just spread some butter onto my bread. I went ahead and melted some butter in my cast iron skillet. Putting my bread in. And then the cheese on the inside.
I'm surprised that it's not burning the hair off of her arms as she's reaching over that fucking top of that thing. What has he got? Something on the lens that only makes the heat?
Well, no, it's at the focal point, right? So if you're not in the focal point, I mean, you're still getting warmed, but you're not getting the concentrated.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let's check it out here.
There we go. And I'm going to top it off with a little bit more butter. I better work fast because this is burning already. I could actually even smell it burning. Go ahead and flip it. It's a little different working on here than on a regular traditional stove.
Damn. This shit's like 30 seconds. I wonder if it makes a difference if it's a metal pan or a...
Well, black cast iron, I'm sure, holds the heat pretty well.
Fuck, look at that shit. Anyways, green power science. Here, let me find another one. He shows you how to make all kinds of shit, man. Literally. The dude is once he got into this Fresnel lens thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find like one of those 4-foot old projection TVs, I'm sure that lens is generates a lot of power at a focal point.
He's all erase a hard drive with a Fresnel lens. I guess I would erase it now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you can actually use them for welding.
See, this is the kind of technology that should just be, readily available to people.
Well, in some respect it is, but
they don't know about it. That's what I mean.
Nobody, it's not necessarily the most convenient thing, but
see, all you got to do is come up with some marketing scheme and just show the shit that's been around. I mean, it's been around for a while.
Yeah, I mean, those lenses have been. I forget how long ago they became popular, but
here,
they've been around for 100 years. Them things.
Let's look at
this. Do you know the U.S. solar company's nasty little secret? It turns out if you live in California, they have to give you solar.
Did you know the nasty little secret? Hold on, look at this. This dude's name's Dan Rojas. Look at this shit.
Hello there, I'm your host Dan Rojas. In a previous post, I showed you this frame, which I'm standing in, with a large Fresnel lens in it. Unfortunately, we had a freak storm come out of nowhere, and we got like 60-mile-an-hour winds. And even though this was anchored down, it just blew it over like nothing. So I'm gonna learn from that mistake. That lens is gonna be used for another project, maybe how to put 20 pieces together. I don't know. Anyways, what I'm doing is deciding which lens to use. My choice is...
See, Dan Rojas is for the ladies. You know, we had the big titties there for the guys a minute ago. Dan Rojas, he's ripped, man. You see, look at the arms on this fucking guy. You see this shit?
Yeah. I pump you up.
He snap your head in 2 seconds, but he's a nice guy. Hold on a second. Let's go back to his channel. I don't want to watch.
That, but Jimmy, that's what working men look like, you know.
Here, Fresnel lens melting granite.
In this video, we'll be using a lens that we have named Big Daddy to concentrate 1.5 square meters of sunlight onto a piece of regular granite with the melting temperature of 2300 degrees Fahrenheit to make obsidian and obsidian strands. When placed in the focal point, the rock surface instantly begins to melt, and in just under 20 seconds, a pool of molten granite is formed, creating glossy black obsidian. This lens has a current maximum build temperature record of 3800 degrees Fahrenheit, so it is more than powerful enough for this task. By carefully dipping another piece of light-colored granite into the molten pool, long, thin strands of hair-like obsidian are formed. As the base strands move further away from the focal point, they rapidly cool, forming a solid structure. This is possibly the thinnest strands of obsidian in the world, roughly 1/8 the diameter of a human hair. This process also enables steel or glass to be fused with rocks, allowing for an almost limitless artistic creative license. If you click the link in the More Info area below, there is an article on our website greenpowerscience.com with more detailed information about this project and safety warnings for any backyard scientist who wants to work with concentrated sunlight. I'm your host, Dan Rojas. Thank you for watching and enjoy our videos.
Well, now, if it's generating 3,000 degrees plus to melt a rock, you know, you could start a fire with a kite, right? If you had a kite that had that kind of lens on it.
The thing
you know,
is,
you just got to get the right focal length.
Yeah, the thing
I mean,
is,
now think about it.
Why?
Right? Why even go through all the hassle of using a laser? You
That's
just
what
put
I
a
was
piece
just
of
gonna
plastic up in a satellite and have a nice day.
You fucking read my mind. You read my mind. It's like ants with a magnifying glass. It's like
that's
ants.
exactly what it is.
It's fucking exactly what it is. Oh man, it's too much, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't plan this, you know, to show this thing, but I mean, it's just amazing how it just synchronistically. I thought of the green power science, and then all of a sudden, it's Fresnel lenses, and next thing you know, it's tied into exactly what we were talking about before with that Twitter thing. So, yeah, I don't know. What is KB over there bowling is asking? What are we doing? What are we doing?
We're chilling out on a Saturday night. That's all we're doing.
Oh, he's asking because I think he only comes by when there's music.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's a bunch of
just chilling out and chatting.
Bunch of talking going on. Bunch of jabber jaw.
Bunch of conspiracy theories happening.
Well, I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's science, man.
That's right. Well, the Maui thing kind of.
Don't talk about the Michelle Pfeiffer. Whatever you do.
No.
All right, listen. I've grown tired. I think I'll go home now.
I thought you were home.
I am. That makes my journey will be short.
Yeah, mine too, right?
All right, man. Don't fucking... Are you going to come here tomorrow morning? Are you going to get your ass up?
Maybe.
Because I got to get my ass up for Wake and Bake.
Wake and Bake.
Mm-hmm. So we've been on here for 2 hours, man.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have to start doing next week, right? We're going to be doing Saturday night shows.
I know. Well, there's King Sweet.
Same bat time, midnight.
Yeah, but there's King Sweet. Yeah,
King.
But I think on Independent Broadcast Network, I think our schedule is 7 o'clock on Saturday night.
Yeah, I'll adjust that as soon as we.
Yeah, let's get that.
I did play with the network a bit today. I moved some things around. I added Polly in on a replay for Monday and Tuesday,
Nice.
and then I bumped up some other stuff, and I'm working on getting a few other maybe public domain shows, squeezing in some of the empty spots.
Yeah, that'll be good. Let's. Are you going to lunch tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's try to. I'll be up earlier than the show, so if you want to get on and talk a little bit about the network, then we could, then, so you don't have to fuck around later.
Yeah, all right. The only thing is Epic won't be around.
No, I don't think you will. All right.
I know.
It sucks, man. King Sweet said he didn't get the alerts.
Well, I mean, it's on YouTube, so you could just rewind and start over.
Just rewind King, but King likes to hang with the people.
I know.
In the chat. People don't even care what we're saying; they just like to hang in our chat.
I've noticed.
It's a mellow atmosphere, and with all these mods.
Yeah, like nobody messes around in our chat, and those who do get like bug zapped instantly.
I don't think anybody even knows the power of being a mod in there. Like if they see people saying shit, I mean, you can just, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, we got to get out because now Rio didn't realize it, but I broke his balls and he's going to have to get up and come on here.
I'm up early every day, man.
It's hard to sleep in a modern world today, isn't it? That's why they have.
Well, you know what happens though is like even on the weekend, right? I get up my normal, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and then Friday we do the show, right? So Friday night I'm up till 3, and I still get back up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock on Saturday. Like it's what it is. And then I end up taking a nap in the afternoon. But
see, everyone's taking naps, man. Being hit by the Chinese.
Yeah.
The Chinese.
Well, and Europeans still do this, man. They have siestas in the afternoon.
That's what I'm saying. Siesta, and then have a snack.
Your lunch hour is 3 hours long, so you can go home. You can take an hour and a half to take a nap, and then.
Why would people be against that? Last night we were doing.
Well, I was just gonna say unions, Jimmy. We were talking about unions, right?
That's what I mean. That's last night we were talking. Why would you be against that? What's the matter with people?
Well, and one of the things that we actually didn't even bring up last night in the whole union conversation, right here in America, we work 8 hours or 10 hours, depending on what your job is, and you're guaranteed, 2 15 minutes and a half hour, right? The half hour is optionally paid. So in Europe, and we work generally 2,000 hours a year. You get your 2 weeks paid vacation. So if you go to like France and you look at their labor laws and their work hours, right? They get longer breaks. They're only required to work 7 hours a day. So they work 30. I believe they work 34 hours a week as opposed to our 40 for the same kind of pay, right? So plus the vacation stacks. Like you're with a company here for a long time, you might get 3 weeks vacation. They get so much vacation and sick pay and other stuff. It's actually ridiculous. Like they work 34 hours a week and they get something like 6 weeks vacation a year. So, welcome to corporate America. We squeeze every last little penny out of you we can.
Well, I'm going to have some Chinese food for dinner. It's in there already, so I didn't plan it that way, but we were talking about the Chinese, so I just want to say, hey, give the Chinese a hats off to their delicious recipes.
Yeah, nobody can cook cats like they can.
Cats and rats.
Did I say that out loud?
Cats and
Say
rats.
that out loud.
Cats, rats, and bats.
Don't say the quiet stuff out loud. Meow.
All right, well, listen. There's a lot of cat owners out there. Be offended by your assertion.
Why? They're good with barbecue sauce.
Well, just, there's also bats,
Yeah, I don't know about eating bat soup, man. That's just not something. I mean, I probably, you know what? I'm a pretty adventurous guy. I would probably try it once if it was there. But there's very little I won't try once. One of the few things I won't eat is snails, man. I just nope, not happening. But I've eaten some pretty bizarre things, especially traveling overseas. They eat some weird things in other countries. But snails is one thing that I won't go for, or escargot if you're French. But
fuck, man.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not into bugs either. I mean, I know people like chocolate covered ants and cricket. I've had chocolate covered ants. They taste like burnt raisins.
I wasn't even into it. The only thing I ever did was I ate the worm, man.
Oh, what, the mezcal worm?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's kind of a different thing. I think I did that once in my life too. But
tell you right now, man, when I used to drink, I used to fucking drink. It's a good thing I quit when I did. Otherwise, I would have went into the shitter. I'll tell you that. Because I used to sit there. It was only a matter of time for something to happen. Shit happened all the time, but it was only a matter of time for something that you couldn't get out of happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, so you ready to bone on out of here?
Yeah, let's
head out.
Hit the old highway.
So we'll be back in 12 hours. Look at, I just saw a video in here. James Dean, the Buy Hollywood icon. We lost too soon.
Yeah, everybody knows James Dean was like that. I mean, you didn't back then.
Make your cabinet hardware installation.
What's that?
This is right along with Rock Hudson and Cary Grant too. So.
Man, I think people...
And Errol Flynn. I mean, everybody knew about Errol Flynn.
I think if people look back, they'd be shocked at how many people were gay. But does it matter? You were entertained by them, and they played a role for you, so...
Life ain't easy.
Well, this has been the Saturday edition of Into the Microcosm. My name is Jimmy. That's Rockin' Rio over there. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Pacific for Wake and Bake. But the second hour, I don't know what we're going to be doing, but me and Rio will figure it out. Rockin' Rio, you ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
10-4. Johnny Winter. Life is hard. We'll see you later.
Good night, everybody.
No matter how you try, life is hard, and then you die. This old world is in a tangle. You can't trust your closest friend. You know the devil wears a blue dress, and she's out to get you in the end. I can't count the tears I cried. Life is hard, and then you die. Everybody got their own cross to bear. Black and white, rich or poor, you know the blues is